Welcome to Nothing to Be Found, a podcast which is a space to question everything, even the desires that seem most justified, a place to loosen the grasp of wanting while still honoring that longing in your chest. I'm Samuel Jimson, rapper, yoga teacher, poet, father, and someone constantly dancing between gratitude and desire, as I think most of us are. In today's episode is about manifestation, but not the kind that you'll find on Instagram, although of course we do discuss the type of manifestation you will find on Instagram. But this is about wanting without forgetting the gift of now. So lately I've been building a home gym, or say I've been building a home gym. I've got like the bumper plates, the barbell, the power cage, and the space that they're in. But like I plan to build like a roof and whatnot on, and training at home with my kids nearby, it just makes sense. And on top of this, I also plan to be building a studio at the bottom of the garden, which will be a space to film classes, facilitate one-to-ones and small group work, a place for me to create. And my intention is not for show, but for service, to give, and for presence, and for being able to work while staying close by to the people that I love. And on a practical level, these things all feel aligned. I mean, my kids are homeschooled, so it'd be great to be around them and close to them more. But then, as it always does, a thought crept in. And I actually journaled this, and it was, am I building this from soul, or is this just another part of my ego desiring and wanting? And more importantly than this, the question that arose was, can I desire something without being owned by that desire? Because the word manifestation, it gets thrown around a lot, and it's become just another wellness commodity, like this a spiritualized version of hustle culture. Visualize your dream car, script your ideal income, high vibe your way into abundance. But here's my question. Why are we not manifesting clean water for all? Why are we not manifesting peace? Why are we not manifesting a world that heals instead of hides? The problem isn't the wanting, it's what we're being taught to actually want and why. Because true manifestation is not about just getting what you crave. It's about aligning with what actually matters. It's about embodying your values, not just projecting your wish list. Because this is spiritual capitalism, draped in crystals and filter presets, disguised as self-love. And it preys on desire. It whispers to all your insecurities and sells you this upgraded identity. But it's just the same old game. Success equals more. Healing equals branding. Presence equals productivity in disguise. And gratitude just gets reduced to a mood. Manifestation becomes marketing. And the soul gets commodified again. This isn't liberation, it's just ego dressed up in linen. In yoga, we speak of Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha is pure awareness, the witness, the soul, anything that's not material or mind stuff, anything that cannot be labeled or conceptualized, basically. And then Prakriti is the play of nature. All that moves, changes, wants. So anything that can be conceptualized or labeled. And desire arrives in Prakriti, but peace lives in Purusha. And we're not here to kill desire as much as we're here to see it clearly and not become it. And karma, too, is not a punishment system. It's a relationship, cause and effect. What you feed becomes you. And there's no good or bad. It's just this question of, does this move me towards the truth or does it move me away from it? Because desire and contentment are not enemies. They're more like dancing partners. And if one overpowers the other, then this rhythm breaks. And I catch myself often wanting to build, wanting to grow, to offer more. And I ask, is this for the work? Or is this the ego trying to get what it wants through the work? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to know. And I'm forever catching myself out in this. Sometimes I fucking do my own editing, I tell you. But it's okay. It's okay. Not all desires are wrong, but they must be met honestly. And an anchor that serves me is a gratitude practice. So I use a tool that I picked up from Dr. Rangan Chatterjee from his Feel Better, Live More, I think is his podcast, right? And it's his morning journal prompts. So most mornings, not every morning because, yeah, I am human. I write in the journal, it's like, what's the most important thing that I will do today? What am I grateful for? And how will I show up in the world today? And what surprises me is how often I've become grateful for pain, for challenges, for moments I once labeled bad, because they really are my biggest teachers. There's the saying of like, you don't learn from winning, right? And you don't, like, these losses, these things that really help develop you. I don't know if you don't want to use that language, develop you, but yeah, you know what I mean. But gratitude, it can help dissolve duality, showing me that there is no good or bad, only what is. And the more I accept what is, the more it can change. I mean, everything changes anyway, but the more it flows. And reframing manifestation is like, what if manifestation isn't about getting more, but seeing more clearly? And what if the question isn't what can I attract, but what actually wants to be able to move through me? Like, maybe we're not here to manifest a lifestyle. Maybe we're here to manifest a presence or a way of being. And maybe the most radical thing we can want is to want nothing and then still act, right? To choose and not to cling, to desire and not demand, to walk forward with open hands, not reaching, but receiving. So here's my message to the manifestation industry. Stop preying on people's desires. Manifestation is powerful. Words are spells. Thoughts become things, and every action carries consequence. And this is sacred work, not just another sales funnel. So ask yourself, what are you wanting right now? And who in you is doing the wanting? Can you still be grateful even as you reach? Can you walk your path without chasing the final destination? Letting go of the outcome, just planting the seed, watering it with presence, and then just leave the rest to life. And that's about it, I think. So, yet again, thank you for listening to Nothing to Be Found. And feel free to join me on Monday for Monday's meditation here on the podcast, Desiring What You Have, where we will sit with a quiet space to sit with these questions, what we've been talking about today. So until then, want boldly, love deeply, and don't forget that you already have so much. And remember, there's nothing to be found.